Tanky wanted to say hello. Say hi, Tinkies. Okay. We're just gonna wait for my dog to stop drinking water.
Six and a half hours later.
Okay, finally. Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing something I haven't done in a few months, so I'm excited to do it once more. So recently my videos have been like on-set vlogs or photo shoot vlogs or just videos pertaining to one specific subject. But I thought it would be another good time to do another Q&A. I asked you guys on Instagram to send me some questions. I got a lot of questions. So I'm just gonna answer these. I'm gonna read them and then I'm gonna answer them super quick. Okay. Are once a week classes okay? Absolutely. Many courses are multiple week courses, so they might be like 6 to 8 week classes, and you might only meet once a week for a few hours a certain day. So absolutely, that's a great training schedule to get into. How are you? Oh, thank you. That's so cute that you care. Yeah, I'm doing good actually. Recently I've been doing great. I feel good, productive. I've been extremely busy, so it gets kind of overwhelming. Can you have an agent in another country? Yes, you can, but you know, just because it's possible doesn't mean it's easy. Many times agents only want to represent you where you live, but that's not, you know, the truth for everyone. I have an agent in another state. Many of my actor friends are represented all across the board, so you really can have an agent anywhere. I guess it's really just up to that specific agent in, you know, what their own personal opinion is, because some agents are very strict. They only want to represent you where you live. And some agents are like, oh, that's all right, we'll just send you self-tapes for whatever comes our way. You can live wherever you want. So yes, you can. Do they let you keep things from set? I don't really think so. There's been certain times where I was allowed to keep like different shirts and stuff. If they weren't gonna reuse them, then they'll be like, oh, you can keep it if you want. If I'm set on screen acting, but I don't feel like I'm good, what type of classes should I take? Well, if you're good with on-camera acting, you know, maybe take some classes in improv. Improv is wonderful. Try to look for different courses specifically relating to like different acting techniques, so they focus on like one technique in that class. For example, like Meisner, like there's different workshops and classes that focus heavily, you know, strictly on Meisner technique. How do you tell your parents you want to get into acting? I get this question so much, and I do have a few videos on my TikTok about it, so definitely go check that out. Because if you're just like, I want to be an actor, they're probably like, okay, what? But if you're like, okay, here are my goals, you know, like lay out your goals, show them I'm gonna do this by this time, I'm gonna do this by this time, I'm gonna take this class or get headshots here, or you know, get a membership with this submission site, whatever it might be. And then I think when they see it actually physically on paper and see what your goals are and what you're actually going to do to actually like push your career forward, they might be more open to it. Also guys, it's very important to let your parents know that acting classes and training helps so much with things that, you know, aren't even related to acting too. It also helped me immensely get out of my shell. I'm so much better at public speaking. I'm so much more like emotionally open. When I was a kid, I literally never cried. Like my family made fun of me because I was just never showed any sort of emotion. And now I cry at absolutely everything. Let me become much more emotionally open, more comfortable in my voice, better, you know, it helped me be able to promote myself and market myself in a much better way. Do you spend more time on set than acting? I think in anyone's acting career, you actually probably spend more time auditioning than you do on set. And when you are on set, there's a lot of downtime and it's a lot of hurry up and wait. How much is an agent? You do not pay for an agent. A legit agent only makes money when you do. They take a certain percentage of the money that you make from jobs that they book you. If an agent ever asks you for money up front, run from them. They are a scam. Can I put student films and commercials on my resume? Absolutely. That is the kind of stuff that goes on your resume. What is something you regretted doing in an audition? I remember in an audition 2-3 years ago for a really major network show, and I had two actually in one day, and there was one that was perfect. I did my lines wonderfully. I was feeling so good. Then I went into the other one and like completely blanked on the lines. And I think it was because I just had to like memorize lots of dialogue of 2 different scripts within one day for 2 different auditions. So I think a lot of like nerves were getting to me and stuff, but I totally messed up. and then I left and I was like about to cry. How can I get good practice? It's pricey where I live and my family doesn't have a lot of money. I totally understand that. I get that question a lot, especially in these times. Times are tough. Money is tight. Many people ask me, are YouTube videos and watching YouTube videos training? No. Are they gonna help you? Yes, but they're not professional training that you need to be getting in some sort of class or with some sort of coach. But I do recommend, you know, watch YouTube videos from different actors, different agents, watch different TikToks, listen to different podcasts, find different books, print out different monologues, maybe try a new monologue every single week and record yourself doing it and send it to different friends and ask them what they thought. There's also different workshops that are happening right now for free, held by different casting directors and stuff like that. One thing you wish you knew starting out. I think one thing I wish I knew is that there's gonna be more people that don't believe in you than people that do. But you know, I always just say try to surround yourself with people that do believe in you, whether it's friends or family members, people at school, people online, whatever it might be. How many projects have you done? Let me go to my IMDb and let me figure out, hold on. So I'm on my IMDb right now, but also keep in mind some things aren't on IMDb, as well as commercials. Commercials are not listed on IMDb. But as far as things that are on IMDb, okay, I have 17 credits on IMDb. I've probably done about 10 commercials in my life. So I don't know, I probably have about 40 credits to my name, give or take a few, I'm assuming. That's a guess, but yeah. How does IMDb work? Like, who sets up your profile and when? Good question. So actually how IMDb works is when you work on a film that is given, you know, giving out IMDb credits, they will give you credits and that will automatically create a profile for you. And then once you already have a profile and you work on other things that are giving out IMDb credits, you will have to let them know you already have one so that they can attach those credits to your already created profile instead of creating you a whole new profile. On a scale of 1 to 10, how hard is it to become an actress? It depends. If you mean like how hard is it to make it, 12. What could you put on a resume if you don't have any experience? If you don't have any experience, you can still put obviously your name, you have a name, your contact information, special skills. Guys, I always say that section is at towards the bottom of your resume. That's what lists, you know, sports you've done, hobbies you're good at, just interests and skills outside of acting. You know, if you can speak certain languages, do certain accents, just interesting things about you that are special. What do you do if you have school and you booked a role? Well, if you're under 18, there's usually some sort of like homeschooler, tutor, teacher on set if you're going to be on set for a while to make sure that you have dedicated time to be working on your schoolwork. But if you are over 18, if you're in high school or whatever it might be, it's up to you to balance that schedule for yourself. But if it's just usually a one-day shoot and you're only needed on set for like one day for a few hours, it won't be that hard to juggle. How do you know if an agency is legit and worth it? If they're asking you to pay, they're not legit. That's basically what it is. Also, SAG affiliated agencies, their names will always be like on the SAG franchise agency's website. So always double check there as well. What was your first role? My first ever role was in the student film being done by a student at Columbia College, Chicago, I believe. It was called Sudden Realizations. It was just like a short film. That was like my first role and my first time being on camera. And that was in 2014? 2013? I don't know. Dream place to live in LA. Well, my dream place is probably Beverly Hills or yeah, probably, no, that's a lie. Hollywood Hills. One day, putting money on it right now, my dream home is in the hills, but I will probably start off in Burbank. My boyfriend and I visited Burbank and we absolutely loved it, and it's a really cute little, well, it's not little at all. Massive studios are there, but it's basically like a suburb off of LA. What's your favorite part about acting? That's a great question. My favorite part about acting, I think, is just making people feel a certain way. You know, it's the entertainment business and being able to entertain people and create things and put content and art out there that makes people feel, you know, a certain way and connect with characters. You're bringing people to life and you're creating this outside world that lets people escape for a little bit. And you are creating this life for them, and you're giving them, you know, a voice to speak with. If you could tell anyone one thing to expect when acting, what would it be? money, and being an actor is not free, I will tell you that. How to use social media to your advantage as an actor. Well, it's always great to be, promoting yourself well. You don't want to overdo it, but you want to be marketing yourself in a professional way. It's kind of the same as any other job, or like if you're young in school, obviously you don't want to be putting inappropriate things on there. You just got to keep it cool, keep it clean. But of course, in the entertainment business, a following always helps. What is your favorite thing about being on set? It's just such good energy, and everyone's so excited and ready to, bring this, a film and a script to life. And I think it's so cool when you read a script and you picture something in your head and then you get to actually see it play out on set. Obviously you make wonderful friends as well, and just make a lot of good memories because everyone's there and you kind of all collectively realize like, dang, we're really living our dream job right now. So a lot of just fun times comes out of that. Can you please talk about the difference about union and non-union? I get this question so much. So SAG is the Screen Actors Guild. It is the actors union. You start off as non-union, and when you work on a few projects, you get SAG vouchers or credits, and then you become a must join, which basically means you have to join. You have to pay the dues to join SAG. Once you are SAG, you can no longer work on non-union projects. When you are a non-union actor, you can work on SAG projects. That's how you get your SAG credits. And many people are like, well, what is SAG? Usually the big major, big network, big studio productions, those are the SAG ones. Non-union projects could be student films, lower budget films, independent films, stuff like that. As always, guys, make sure you are subscribed to my YouTube channel. I post new vlogs and new videos every single week. I bring you guys on set, bring you guys behind the scenes, whatever it might be. Follow me on TikTok. I post new tips and advice every single day. I share with you guys what I'm working on and all that fun stuff. Thank you guys for being here. I really appreciate your questions, wonderful questions, and I will see you in my next video. All right, bye guys.